EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium right on the banks of the Ohio River. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. First carry now for the former Badger, Rtth Taylor. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Other afternoon.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he'll find Hall. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches, so as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. They run with Taylor. And some space here. The 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Rtth Taylor with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead.
Makes the score Steelers 7.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
For Pittsburgh.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard
line. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 22. A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there for the Bengals. 54 yards.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now Joe Mixon. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
That ties the game at 7.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run with Taylor. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
A gain of
7 yards there and a first down. To throw is Jackson. Flush to his right. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. On second down now. It's Taylor, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
There on the tackle.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Play action. Now Jackson. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught.
Jackson.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
At the 6.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. 7-7, our score after one.
Score tied 7-7.
They'll run here with Taylor. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a second. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Quick strike out wide by Jackson. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers.
Boswell on
a 5-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
The kick is good.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 14-7.
7. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
20-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 19-yard line.
Of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A 2nd and 11 from the 19. Mixon. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, Burrow. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Taken down.
In on the stop, the safety, Troy Apke.
And I think that's going to go down as no gain, but that doesn't seem fair for the effort that was presented on that play. That should go down as a loss. I know, I'm a defensive guy, but you got to like the play that was made.
He made a lot of those plays last week. He was AFC Defensive Player of the Week, picking up where he left off. On 2nd down, here's Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. Burrows took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Burrow will throw. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great...
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That's good.
A good pickup there at 22.
Excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
first down. Mixon. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
And he's going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. At halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They'll run on first down. Mixon. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. This is Mixon. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
The ball carrier.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give them confidence and let them knock it through.
And they will have a first down as they are definitely in field goal range now, down at the 20-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now Jackson on first down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Now it's Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Intended for his wideout. He was covered by Trey Williams.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
To the sideline and incomplete. It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Field goal. A 47-yard attempt.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
The Bucs set to get the football first. And started in the second half. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Drake will start the drive on the ground. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And got his man complete. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Terry McLaurin, 81 yards. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Is good.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Now Taylor. And he goes out right around the 39. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
He did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
The ball carrier.
Jonathan Taylor becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Steelers are going to take the lead. Extra point now by Boswell. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
makes the score Steelers 24, Bengals 17. Chris Boswell.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
The tackle made by Devin Bush. It's a gain of 2. Brings up.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he goes out right around the 39.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the run, it's Mixon. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but it's going to be 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Check three. Kill. Check it out, 18 Cotton.
On 3rd down, Mixon. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 14-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
They go play action now. Jackson. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
1st down.
He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
It's saying if they pay me, I'll do this for free.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Touchdown.
A big play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Boswell for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14.
Kick is good. Makes the score Steelers 31.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability.
Accelerating, and off he goes.
Bring in the second string. Bring in the second string.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
To number 1.
A big play there.